Hello students, welcome back. So now I'll show you how to deploy a Streamlit app on AWS. The steps I'll be following would be this. First, I'm going to create a machine learning model on my local machine right here. So this is going to take an input, it's going to make a prediction, and it's going to generate an output. I'll show you that. Then I'm going to create a Streamlit app on my local machine. This Streamlit app is going to take a request from the user and it's going to make a prediction, and you'll be able to see the prediction on your browser. Then I'm going to containerize this Docker. This particular Streamlit app, I'm going to containerize. I'm going to put this in a Docker. And then after that, I'm going to push this Docker image to the Docker hub. That would be right here. And then I'm going to go to AWS, your Amazon, and I'm going to create an EC2 instance. And then from the EC2 instance, I'm going to pull this Docker image from the Docker hub to AWS EC2. The Docker image that I'm going to pull would be this one right here. And then I'm going to start my Docker. And now after this, you will be able to access this Streamlit app from the internet anywhere in the world. So the directory structure I have is this right here. So I have a directory called iris deployment. In this directory, I have these files, app.py. This is my Streamlit app. Then I have model.pickle. This was my saved machine learning model. Then I have train_model.py. This is the one that's responsible for creating a model and saving this model right here. Then I have requirements.txt and Docker file. I'll explain you the purpose of each one of them. This one right here is a readmd. This is optional. Don't have to put this thing over there, but you can if you want to. All right, step number one, you want to go to your project folder and right click and open up your command prompt. My project folder is this one right here, iris deployment. So I'm going to go over there, let's come over here, and my project folder is this one right here, iris deployment, double click, and this is where all my files are. So if you do not have anything on there, you would have to create these files, and I will show you in a minute how to create and what code to put in there. So go ahead, right click, and you're going to see this open in terminal. Go ahead, open up your terminal. And there you go. Your terminal has been opened up. Let me increase the size of the screen so it's a little bit more visible. There you go. And let me decrease the size of this now. All right. So this is my terminal. And the next step we have to do, we have to install these packages. scikit-learn, pandas, numpy, streamlit. So let's go ahead and install that. So coming back over here, I have this command right here, python -m pip install scikit-learn pandas.numpy. You can just copy this, paste it over here, and there you go. And that should install these packages. I'm not installing it because I already have these packages on my machine. Okay, assuming you have installed it, if you do not have that, now you have to install your Streamlit app. That would be this right here. So Control C, come over here, paste it. Already have installed, so it should show me a message that the packages have been already installed. And as you can see, requirement already satisfied because I already have installed these packages. All right. And now I'm going to create a file called train_model.py, and this is the code in that file. And what it does basically, it just creates a model. So first I'm doing is loading my iris dataset. I'm importing this model. This is the model I'll be using. Also importing pickle. This is the one I'll be using to save the model. So I load my iris dataset. I create an instance of the model. I train the model, and then after the model is trained, I save it in a pickle file. I'm calling that model is model.pkl. And then at the end, I print out model saved. And let me show you the code for that model right here. So just come over here, and you're going to see train model, and you can see this is the code right here. There you go. So after this, run this command, python train_model.py. When you run this command, this is going to create this model. So let's go ahead and run that. So come over here. I'm just going to hit enter a few times. I'm just type python space train model.py, and there you go. Hit enter and wait for it, and then you will see this message. What is that? There you go, model saved. Okay, so after I ran this command, the model is trained. Now the next step would be this. I'm going to create a file called app.py, and this is the code I'm going to be entering in that file. And that file will be first, it's going to import my Streamlit. It's also going to import numpy and pickle right here. So I'm first loading my model right here. This is my model.pickle. This is the one that I saved from the previous file. I'm giving it a title, iris prediction app. And in this case, I'm calling these number inputs. So these are the user. This is the one that's responsible for creating a user interface. So here it's asking the user to enter a number. This would be a sepal length, asking the user to enter another number. That will be sepal width, petal length, and petal width. So the user will be entering these numbers, and these numbers will be getting stored in these variables. And then if the button, when the user enters or clicks on the predict button, is gonna it's gonna load the model, and it's gonna make a prediction based on these values right here, and then it's gonna print out the prediction right here. So this is the code. This is what it's doing in essence. All right. So let me show you the file run.yes app.py. So come over here, and this is the file right here. This is the one that actually contains the code I just showed you. And this one, the train model, this is this file right here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run that file. So the way you run this, oops, sorry, the way you run this file is just type this command, python -m streamlit run app.py. Make sure you're running in the same directory where your app.py is. So come over here, and I'm going to type this command, python space -m space streamlit run app.py, and enter, and wait for it, and there you go. So this is your application right here. All right, so you can see that it's showing iris prediction app, sepal length, sepal width. So by default it's taking everything 0, and this is where you have to press to find to actually make a prediction. Next step, come back over here. Now uh, you can actually go to this URL, and this is gonna open up your app. Well, actually I'm already there. So if you look over here, oops, sorry, if you come over here, you can see that this is already that URL. Okay, this is great. Now next step, come over here. Now I'm going to be coming over here. Now I'm going to be entering the following data to test if this is working. So my sepal length I'll be entering with this, and my sepal width, and my petal length and petal width. So this is the data I'll be entering right here, and it should give me a prediction should be 0, because I actually copied and pasted these particular parameters. So let's go ahead and enter these numbers: 5.1, 3.5, 1.4, and 0.2. So come over here, and okay, oops, 5.1 and 3.5. So 5.1, 3.4. All right, next one, 1.4 and 0.2. 1.4 and 0.2. By the way, this number is a little bit off. Instead of writing 3.5, I just wrote 3.4. That's all. All right, let's make a prediction. And there you go. It made a prediction right here. You can see that it predicted 0. That's great. So your AWS, your Streamlit app, it is working on your local machine. And that's great. So model has been successfully deployed on your local machine. Now let's go ahead and kill the process. So the way you kill the process is go back to your command prompt right here. This is running right now. You can see that. So hit Control C, and that's going to kill the process right here. So your process is dead. Go back over here on your browser, and go ahead, close that Streamlit app. This is the Streamlit app right here running locally. Go ahead, close this thing. All right, now come back over here, and so your model has been deployed successfully on your local machine. So this step is done. And now I'm going to Dockerize this Streamlit application. So the first thing I do, I create this requirement.txt file. So this is the content of my requirements.txt file. Let me go ahead and show that file to you. That would be this one right here. So as you can see, this is exactly the same content. After this, just come over here, and next step, create your Docker file. So in this case, I'm actually using Python 3.12. So type this command on your on the beginning. So Docker file is basically just a regular text file. Just say Docker file. That's all it is. Specify your current working directory. So my current working directory in my Docker container is going to be code directory. Then I'm copying my requirement.txt from my local computer to the Docker image right here. So in this case, it's going to copy into the code directory that's present inside your Docker in that destination requirement.txt. And after this, I'm going to install all my requirements in the container. So this is going to run this command in your container, and it's going to install everything that is present inside your requirements.txt. Then I'm going to copy all my application from my current working directory to the code directory that is present inside your container. And then I'm going to I'm going to expose my port 8501 so that the other application, they can access that, they can communicate with your Docker. And then at the end, I'm going to run this command. So in this case, the command I'll be running would be streamlit run app.py, and then the server address right here. And now we are going to be starting our Docker engine. So the first thing you want to do is go to your start and type Docker and open up your Docker desktop. That's going to start your Docker engine automatically. So just go ahead over here and type Docker, and there you go. You'll see this Docker desktop. Make sure you have this installed. If not, you can watch my previous video on how to install Docker desktop. So go ahead, click on this, and that's going to start your Docker desktop. This can take some time. Okay, so my Docker container has successfully started. So this is how the screen looks like in my case. In your case, it may look something different, but basically you'll see a screen. So you can see a container over here, images, volumes, you can see all kind of stuff over here. Now, the first thing you want to do is, let's just follow the instructions. So now we're going to build the Docker image. So run this command, this one right here. Make sure run this command in the same directory which contains your Docker file. So come over here, and this is the directory that contains my Docker file. You can actually verify that. Type dir, and that's going to show you this Docker file right here. Okay, so now I'm going to run that command. So let me just move this guy. Let me move this. Oops, sorry. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see. So type docker space build space -t space image. I'm going to call this thing as image ML model. Okay, you can call whatever you name to, but I'm calling image ML model dot, and make sure to enter this dot at the end right here. This is important. Okay, and hit enter, and that's gonna this will pull the image from your Docker hub, and this could take 4 to 10 minutes. So hit enter and just wait for it. Okay, so it took me approximately 4 to 10 minutes before this was installed. Now I'm going to run my container. This is the command I'll be using to run the container. So come over here. I'm going to move this guy over here so you can see the command. All right, so you can see it's been successfully installed, and let me hit enter a few times, and oh my god, this is getting okay. So you can see the screen is coming on this way. All right, so I hope you're able to see. So I'm going to type docker. Basically, I'm just entering this command: docker run hyphen. So docker run hyphen name hyphen sorry, name, and then container name. So in this case, I'm just going to call it container underscore ml model. Container underscore ml underscore model space -p. I'm specifying my port. My port is 8501. That's going to be on my Docker. And I'm exposing that to the outside world. And outside world, they can access that port at 8501. And the image I'm using is the same one I just typed on the top one. So image ml underscore model. And there you go. And let's hit enter, and that should actually run this container, and wait for it. And so there you go, the Docker is running. So I got this message collecting usage statistics. To deactivate, go to this. All right, you can now view your Streamlit app on this browser. So it's telling you can actually go to this website and you can actually view your Streamlit app. So let's go ahead, let's go to HTTP localhost. Let me just copy this, and I'm gonna copy this and go to my browser, and let's just come over here and paste it and hit enter, and you should see the Streamlit app. Oh, there you go. This is so far so good. And wait for it. And there you go. Prediction app working. All right, let me decrease the size of the screen. There you go. So it's working now. Okay, next thing, I'm just gonna come over here. By the way, just on a side note, let's say you made a mistake. So what you can do, you can actually delete this container ML model. That would be this right here. Go ahead, delete this model, and this is the command you can use to delete the model. And then you redo the above steps to start all over again. That should fix the problem. Okay, now I went to that URL I just showed you, and now we are going to enter the same data 510, 3.5, 1.4, and 0.20 for my dimensions right here. So we're going to do the exactly same thing what we did when we had Streamlit on our local machine. So let's go ahead and enter the data now. So come over here, type 5.1, 5.1. This is 3.5, 3.5, and the next one, come back over here, 3.5, 1.4, and 0.2. So 1.4, this is the petal length, and 0.2, that is the petal width, 0.2. All right, let's ask you to make a prediction, and there you go, made a prediction 0. Great. So what just happened is our Streamlit app is running on a Docker container, and this Docker container, we were able to access the Streamlit app on our browser because it's running on a Docker container. So Now we have successfully Dockerized our Streamlit app. Great. And now I'm going to push this Docker image to the Docker Hub. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead, stop your Docker image right here. So this is my Docker container. So you can just click on right here, stop selected container. So I'm going to select this container and go ahead, stop your container. And that's going to stop your container on your local machine. And now go to Docker Hub and create an account if you do not have one. And make sure you note down your username. I already have an account, so I'm not going to be creating an account. So just type over here Docker Hub, enter, and there you go. This is your Docker Hub. So go ahead, click on Docker Hub, and that should take you to your account. In my case, I think it should take me directly to my account. So you can sign up for this Docker Hub. It's free. You don't have to pay any money. That's a great thing. And there you go. So you can actually click on, I actually already have an account, so I'm just gonna say sign in and use my, okay, username is this is good, and continue with Google. Next step, let me just close this part. Okay, next step, note down the username, make sure your username, you note it down, this is your username would be over here. uh, Next step is create a repository image ML model, image underscore ML model. So go ahead, let's go create a repository. So go back to your Docker Hub, and you're going to see an option, create a repository, that is right there. So go ahead, click on that, and just wait for it. There you go, repository name. So I'm going to call it image underscore ML underscore model. All right, you can write a little description. Uh, let's say this would be repo for demo. Repo for demo. All right. And then after that, we're going to follow these notes. So come over here, create a repository. Everything is good. Make it public. Okay, this is good. And anything else? Nope, that's it. All right. So this is good. Go back to over here and click on create and wait for it. And all right. So everything is good. So far, so good. Image model, as you can see, it has been created. Remember this one. This is the name. Okay, if you want to push something over here, this is the command you can use to actually push. All right, now coming back to this, I'm going to follow these notes now. Next, let's look at the Docker image on your local machine. So you can see the list of all the Docker image by typing Docker image ls. So let's go ahead and run this command and come over here. Just type, let me move this guy this way. You can see that what I'm typing. I'm typing this command, Docker image ls. So Docker image, and that's going to list all the images that you have on your machine. In this case, I only have one, this one right here. This is the one I created a few minutes back. Okay, now we are going to tag the image. So the way you tag an image is by using this command. So I'm just going to enter this command. So just come over here. I'm going to put this guy over here so you can see. All right, so it's going to be Docker tag image underscore ml underscore model. Make sure it's the same name, and then you type this ash322. In this case, ash322 I'm typing because that's my username in the Docker Hub. So if you went to the Docker Hub, where's the Docker Hub? That would be right here. This ash322, this is my case. In your case, you have to find your image. Your name would be something else that would be defined by you. Okay, just come back over here. Oops, sorry, and come here. There you go. So ash322, that's my username, and the image would be image underscore ml underscore model. Now this image underscore ml dot model, that would be this image right here. As you can see, this whole thing. So basically, this is exactly same what I just typed over here. Okay, come back over here now, and then after that, all right, hit enter then, and just wait for. There you go. So the image has been tagged. And now we're gonna log in. So just type this command, docker login. Let me put this guy over here. So this is the command I'll be typing now. So type docker login. Hit enter, and you're gonna see a message authenticating with existing credentials. Okay, login succeeded. In case if your login is not succeeded, you're gonna see an instructions. I think it's going to ask you like enter. You're going to see some characters, and it's going to take you. You have to actually copy those characters, go to web browser, and I think you have to do some things over there. Just follow the instructions, whatever is given over there for you, and this way you'll be able to successfully log in. Okay, now you're going to push the image to the Docker Hub. Now this could take some time. So this is the command you're going to be entering to push your image. So let's go ahead and enter that command. This would be Docker push and type ASH322 image ML model. So this is exactly same one as this one right here. Exactly same one. So I'm pushing now the image over there. Okay, and oh, let me just come back over here, and there you go. All right, so I'm gonna run this command. This is gonna push that image to over there. Okay, this is good. Enter and just wait for it. All right. Okay, so after you have pushed your Docker image to the Docker Hub, now we are going to create an AWS EC2 instance. After I log into this AWS EC2 instance, then I'm going to pull the Docker image on this instance. So let's go ahead and do this step now. And now I'm going to log into my AWS account. If you do not have an AWS account, then go ahead, sign up. It's free. So come over here, and actually I went over here and I just typed AWS. That's all you have to do. Just type AWS, hit enter, and that should take you to this screen. You're going to see Amazon Web Services. Go ahead, click on that, and this will take you to this page, and you will see an option called My Account. If you already have an account, go ahead, click on this. If you do not have an account, go ahead, create an account over here. So I already have an account, so I'm going to My Account and go to your AWS Management Console. All right, and it's going to ask you to enter your username and password. So I have my account ID right here, and then I'm going to be entering my password. So a username, you have to enter your username. In my case, let's say, I believe, all right, I have this username. And there you go. Okay, so I've logged into my account. Now, make sure that you are. I'm in actually in a place where this place is closer to me. So actually, I've selected this. If you whichever place you are in, make sure you select that one that's closer to you. So let's say you live in USA and maybe you live in Ohio, so you want to select Ohio. If you live near Ohio, select this one. Let's say you live in Canada. In that case, you want to select Central right here. Let's say you live in Europe, and if let's say Stockholm is near you, then you want to select this option. In my case, I'm selecting this because the place where I'm living, this is closer to my place. Okay, then go ahead, type EC2 instance over here. So type EC2, and there you go. You're going to see EC2 appear over here. So go ahead, click on EC2, and you're going to see EC2 instance dashboard appear over here. All right, so there you go. So I have no EC2 instance running. Great. Now we're going to launch an EC2 instance. So the steps I'll be following would be these right here. Right here. Let me just show you. So come down over here. What just happened? Okay. Now this one, we done this one already. Okay. Next would be this. Now we lost the EC2 instance. Name, I'm going to be giving this Iris model instance, and the OS image I'm going to be picking is Ubuntu, and I'm not going to create any key value pair. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to launch an instance. So go ahead, click on launch instance, and that's going to launch your EC2 instance. So give it a name, and the name I'm going to give would be this one, Iris model instance. So you can pick your own name. Okay, I'm just giving Iris model instance. All right, so this is the name of my instance right here. Now we're gonna pick up our application OS image. So the operating system image I'm picking is Ubuntu right here. So I'm gonna click on Ubuntu, and there you go. It picked up Ubuntu. This is a free tier. That's great. I love free tier. Everybody loves free tier. Come down over here, instance type. Okay, this is good. Key pair login. Well, in this particular instance, what I'm doing is, let's see, I'm not creating any key pair. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to proceed without key pair. All right, network setting is good. Security, okay. Select existing, okay. Allow SSH from anywhere. Okay, I'm going to leave everything default. I'm not going to mess with any one of these things. All right, so this is good so far. So let's go ahead, click on launch instance, and that should launch your instance right here. And now it's going to ask you select an existing key pair or create a key pair. So go ahead, click on proceed without a key pair. I'm not creating any key pair. I'm just keeping it simple. So launch instance and wait for it. All right. So successfully initiated launch of this instance. Great. And now the next step is we are going to connect to our instance. So I'm going to follow these steps right here. So we connect to our EC2 instance and we are going to connect using public IP. So come over here, go ahead, click on this connect to your instance. That would be this option. Click on this and your screen will look something like this. And I hope it appears. There you go. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So make sure this is checked. Connect using public IP. This is good. EC2 instance. All right, everything is good. And go ahead, click on connect, and you're going to see your window appear right now. All right, and there you go. Okay, so there you go. So this is my window, and I'll be entering series of command. The command I'll be entering would be these right here. Come back, come down actually right here. Okay, so I should see the following EC2 console. I saw that. Okay, and then next is run the following command on your EC2 instance. First, you want to run this command, sudo apt update. So go ahead, run this command, sudo apt. Let me increase the size of the screen so you can see that. I hope the screen is visible. Sudo apt update and enter. Okay, just wait for it. There you go. This is done. Next command, you're going to be running this sudo apt install docker.io hyphen y. So sudo apt install, sudo apt install, and then it was docker.io hyphen y. So docker.io hyphen y. Enter, and there you go. And wait for it. Okay, so this is successful. Good. Now I'm going to be entering next command. That would be sudo system control start docker. So let's go ahead and start the docker. So type sudo system ctl start docker. This is going to start your Docker engine. Enter, and there you go. All right, so this is done. Now let's check if our Docker is engine. So Docker engine is running. So I'm going to type ps hyphen minus hyphen aux, and I'm going to grep that. I'm going to pipe that to the grep doc. So let's do that. So type ps hyphen aux. This is going to list all your process. I'm going to pipe it to the grep command, and I'm looking for dock. I'm looking for if Docker is on, and you can see that Docker is on right here. Docker D is running. Great. All right, my Docker container is running. This is good. Next step, now I'm going to log into my Docker. So type Docker login. So come over here and type Docker space login, enter, and there you go. Now you see this message, user web-based login. So you have to actually go to this URL, and then you have to enter this code, this right here. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, and oops, let's just copy this again. Control C, come over here. I'm going to paste this guy, and oh, what's going on? Okay, start again. Copy. All right, come over here, paste it. Nope, that didn't work. So I just have to type. I guess I may have to type the whole thing. Let me see if I can copy and come over here, paste it. All right, and then copy this. All right, come over here and then paste it. All right, there you go. Okay, so now it's asking me to enter that one-time code. The one-time code is this right here. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, copy, put it in a notepad. Okay, then copy from the notepad, and then I guess I cannot do that directly, so I just have to go take this little route. All right, and confirm. All right, congratulations, you're all set. So if you come back over here, you're gonna see that. There you go. Uh, okay, everything's good. All right. Waiting for authentication. Log in. Okay, what just happened over here? I don't know if I signed up. Let's do it again. Docker login. Okay, so we're gonna do it one more time. Come back over here and let's refresh this page. And actually, let's start all over again. Okay, Control C. Come over here, paste it, enter, and this is my code. I'm gonna copy this again, copy, paste it over here. Okay, copy this guy, come over here, paste it, continue, confirm. All right, congratulations, you're all set. And there you go. All right, login succeeded. That's what you want to see. Login succeeded. I think previously what happened, I might have pressed a wrong key over here. That's why it was canceled. Okay, so now I'm logged in. Great. Next step. Done this one. Now I'm going to give myself some permission to enter a few commands. So I'm going to be entering this command right here. So sudo user mode -ag. All right, let's do each. Let's do this thing one step at a time. So come over here, type sudo user mode. All right, user mode -ag docker. So make sure you are doing the right case. Otherwise, it's going to be it's going to throw an error. Ag, and then docker $user. So docker and $user. Okay, enter. This is good. All right, next thing, new group. So I'm just creating a new group called docker. So let's go ahead and create that. So type new group, docker, enter. All right, that has been created. Okay, now we are going to pull the image on Ubuntu OS. So this is how I'm going to pull. I'm going to type this command, docker pull, and the name of the image. So let's do that. Come over here, type docker, and this is going to pull that image from the repository. So it was ash322 /. If you remember, this was the image. You can always go back and check if you forgot. Come over here. This is the image, ash322 /image ml model. You have to find your username over here, whatever image you type. Okay, so image underscore ml underscore model, and hit enter and just wait for it. All right, now I got this message. Great. So downloaded newer image and everything is looking good. Great. So no errors, nothing like that. All right, I'm happy. Now we're gonna start our Docker. So this is the command I'm gonna be using to start my Docker. Docker space run -t -p. So come over here, type Docker space run space -t -p, and then you're gonna specify your port numbers, 8501:8501. So 8501:8501, and then the name of the image, that was ash322 image underscore ml underscore model. This is the same image. That would be this one right here. Okay, I'm exactly specifying this image right here. Okay, come over here, hit enter, and there you go. Your Docker is running now. All right, that's good. The next step, uh, now we're going to open up a security group and make sure that you have following your custom TCP port 8501 anywhere. This is what you want. All right, let's do that. So come over here and actually, yeah, let's come over here. Let me just decrease the size of the screen, and there you go. So this is my instance. So let's go ahead, click on this. Actually, right there, you know what? Let me decrease the size of the screen right there. Okay, I have this security. So let's go ahead, click on this security. And oh, by the way, before you do that, make sure you write this thing down. This is your IP address. This is your public IP address. This is how you can access your this particular computer from outside. So right now, go ahead, click on security and come down, and you're gonna see this security group right here. So this one. So go ahead, click on security group, and wait for it, and you're going to see something like this. All right, so edit inbound rules. So click on edit inbound rule. We're going to add a rule over here. So click on add rule, and the rule we're going to be adding would be custom TCP. Okay, and let's come back over here and so custom TCP port is 8501. So come over here. Oh, not this one. This one. Port range is 8501. So 8501. All right. Source. Okay. So this is going to be anywhere. All right. Let's click on anywhere. All right. This is good. And this so far looks good. All right. Custom TCP anywhere. This is good. And save the rule and processing. All right, successfully modified. So this looks good. So basically I just follow these instructions. Okay, I gave permission that anybody from outside, they can access port 8501. Okay, and now you're gonna access our model from the internet. So make sure you get this public IP address. All right, so let's come over here now, and my public IP address, that would be this right here. This is my public IP address, and also the one I just showed you a minute ago. Where is that? You can actually go back to your details and you can find your public IP from there. Let's see. Go to EC2, and this is the instance running, and there you go. So you can actually just click on this instance, or sometimes you can see the options over here at the bottom. But if you're not, go ahead, click on this instance, and there you go. You're gonna see your public IP. This is the one. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this right here. Okay, this is my public IP. So come over here. So basically I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me just put this guy over here. You can see that I'm gonna type this, and then I'm gonna put this colon 8501. So http colon backslash backslash and this public IP colon 8501. So come back over here. I'm gonna go like this: http colon backslash backslash. Come over here, 8501. All right, I'm gonna copy this, and now I should be able to access that particular port. Okay, paste it, enter, and wait for it. And there you go. Yeah, all right. So you see, now you are able to access your Streamlit application from the internet. Now let's make a prediction. So let's just go and enter some numbers over here. So in this case, let's say I enter, let's see, let's just go back to our this right here. I'm gonna pick one of the old numbers. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna enter 5.1, 3.5. So come over here, enter 5.1, 5.1. Let me increase the size of screen so you can see that. 5.1 and 3.5. All right, this is good. 5.1, 3.5, 1.4, and 0.2. So 1.4, 0.4, and 0.2. 0.2. And it should give me a prediction of 0. And there you go, prediction 0. All right, congratulations. So this is working. So what I just showed you is I have deployed this application on AWS EC2 instance, and the Docker is running on AWS EC2 instance, and that Docker has this application, this Streamlit application, and anybody on the internet right now, they can come and access this application. By the way, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to stop this container as soon as this session is over, so you will not be able to see this. But I think you got the proof of concept now. You understand how actually to deploy this on AWS EC2. Thank you.